Okay, so we've still got a lot of things to do to the vehicle. The powder coated rims are going to be done on Monday. But with this being a Z51 and all the cool stuff that's in the trunk still in there, we've got to start unwrapping it and putting it on. There's a ton of things that we need to get done before our unveiling event. So I wanted to introduce you to one of my buddies. This is Phil. Phil is our master technician. He's one of the only people that we have at our dealership that's going to be working on your vehicle if you get it here. So Phil is going to be installing some things like the brake ducts on our vehicle. We also have the splitters that are going to be going on it. But what we also wanted to do was lift it up right now so that we could show you the underside. There was a lot of people that had some questions about what the oil filter access looked like. And then also just maybe some more close-ups inside the vehicle. There's some really beautiful welds that we've already found under the underside of the vehicle. And so without further ado, let's get a closer look at what's on the underside of this Vette. I already talked about the exhaust a little bit. You've got these valences that are really protruding quite a bit out of the back here. And the suspension's just got a ton of fun things to look at. Okay, so a couple of things that I want to point out. I kind of briefly touched upon it yesterday about how it doesn't have the leafers, which is an old school technology that Taj was really reluctant to let go. And I want to go into a little bit more detail about why that isn't the case on this one. This has a dual clutch transmission, and what that means is there's basically two 4-speed automatic transmissions that are mated together, and then there's two clutches that are in between it. A dual clutch transmission is a lot larger than a normal transmission, and because of that, the amount of space that they had in the back here wasn't enough for them to be able to put the leafers in here. So we've gained a huge amount of performance capability with this dual clutch transmission, but it took up a little bit more size and weight, and that's why we no longer have the composite leaf springs. So we'll go through the underside of the vehicle here. Right away you can see that there's a cutout for the oil filter. It's pretty self-explanatory why we have that there. I'm sure as we go along the build process, you'll see a lot more things. The material that this is made out, it seems like this is a high-grade aluminum or a stainless steel, which is really nice to know that they didn't short out on the amount of qualities on the underside. This is a composite that they find throughout the vehicle as well. You know, one of the reasons why a Corvette is so attainable in terms of price is because we don't have pre-preg carbon fiber laid out throughout the whole vehicle. We're going to use more cost-effective products, and obviously with the buying power that we have at General Motors, because we're buying 1 million liters of transmission fluid, we're buying 100,000 airbags for the vehicle, we have a lot better purchasing power to be able to make this more affordable. So this is a quick look at the underside. We're going to be putting on some air dams and ducts to be able to, you know, guide the air towards the brakes a little bit more. So in the bags that we had, we've got a couple of cool little toys to be putting on here. This is a braking system that will allow the air to be directed towards the rotors. So that's one of the next things that Phil's going to be putting on the vehicle. And then another unique thing that I noticed right away was different from the previous gen is this splitter is now in a pitted plastic that's very similar to the splash guards that were on the vehicle already from the factory. Now why this is unique is not just because of the material that they're using, but it's in a 3-piece system. So the reason why I think that's the case is it's pretty notorious for these products to be broken. You know, this is the part that hits the road more than any other product. And the fact that they made it into a 3-piece system, I have a feeling that's because they know that if it gets damaged, that you can just replace the individual part and not have to replace the whole product. You know, it's obviously able to be shipped inside the vehicle as well, whereas with the old ones, because they were such a large object, they had to be shipped separately as well. So a couple more little, you know, tidbits to learn about the vehicle, and I hope you guys enjoy what it looks like once the rims get on Monday. Thanks a lot.